This episode, like every episode of Yeah, Beer and That, is brought to you for free by us here at Craft Beer Banter and the Dock Brewing Company. If you enjoy the content that we put out and you'd like to support us, you can follow us on Instagram, share our YouTube videos, subscribe to us on Spotify, or leave us a review on Apple Podcasts / iTunes. All of that stuff really helps us out. We'll throw links to all of our socials in the description, including a link to our new Patreon page for those of you interested in becoming patrons. We'll provide additional information on all of this later on. For now, please just sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Craft Beer Banter presents a Kingswood Studios production. Created and recorded at Dock Brewing HQ. You're listening to Yeah, Beer and That.
You're probably going to have to re-clap, otherwise you're going to...
That's right, because I got plenty of shit. Right. Okay. Hello and welcome, gentlemen, to another CBB... No!
No. Start again. 3 claps.
Episode... what are we doing? What is
202.
302.
302.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Another year and beer and
Missed it by
that.
100.
This is horrible. A horrible way to start a podcast.
Start again.
What is a rice lager, gentlemen? We know a lot about other kinds of beers, not much about rice lagers. You're not going to know much more at the end of this podcast, if I'm being 100% honest with you. But today you're here with Puppy Yak.
Uncle Sim Sim. Okay.
And Luke.
The Mr. Short Skirt is currently shitting himself to death, so he won't be with us this month. I know it's a bit late. We're coming in for Feb in March, but you know, you get that on the big jobs.
You do. Them's the breaks.
How have we been, boys? What's been going on? Why are we late? What's going? Why
It's been a busy February, I think. Just lots of random stuff going on.
Anything to update our loyal listening audience?
Is this the 7th time you've been engaged, or?
Oh, for fuck's sake. To the same woman, or?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, still haven't done that.
No?
One day. One day, maybe.
You're talking about rings last time. What happened?
Wait.
You were.
Was I?
Yeah.
There you go.
You get enough beer
Nothing's happened about it, I can tell you. You guys will be the first to know, as I've said.
The 3 C's or the 4 C's? Carrots, clarity, and...
I'm thinking...
I don't know.
Maybe in...
We know what one of those is.
Maybe by season 6. There you go.
6.
There might be an
We go,
announcement.
okay.
Yeah.
3 years.
If that's not a hanger-on, I don't know what is.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Yeah.
All.
I thought... Yeah, anyway. I was going to say I thought I was the settler and it's changed.
Who is the settler? Then what do you mean?
No, the other way. I thought she was a settler, but now... I don't know what I'm trying to say there. I've confused myself.
We've all had a very long
It's been...
little period here. We
Yeah.
do appreciate all you guys hanging on and waiting for us to deliver this absolute rubbish. But we're getting there. We're getting it to you guys. So I want to go back to Japanese rice lager in particular by this lovely brewing company, Land and Sea, in Queensland. So the way the show's going to roll out, boys, we've got taste test and a bit of information about what a Japanese rice lager is. Segment 2, we're going to have a bit of a taste of my homebrewed rice lager. Not so much Japanese, but definitely rice lager with some Japanese hops. And for segment 3, we don't really have a segment 3 any longer in this lovely season 3, but we've got some, what's this called? BrewBusters I've got for you today, taking the place of Long Skirt, and a little game of what beer is it? Now, Japanese rice lager. It is essentially a lager with a portion of rice in the mash, somewhere between 10 to 30%.
That was going to be my question, is how much rice has to be in there to make it a rice lager?
I honestly don't know how much rice, it needs to be, but typically with brewing this style, 10 to 30%.
You can taste the rice in this.
Can you really?
I can.
So I've had a few rice lagers, and
I love rice.
I love rice.
I haven't been able to taste too much. I'm trying to get a sniff on the... So this is from Land and Sea, by the way. They make apparently one of the best Neepers on the market, and I'm not a Neeper man. Yeah, it's called Juice Box.
Okay.
And
I've never heard of them.
The only reason I'm saying that is because I read it on one of the, maybe Crafty Pint or something like that.
Yeah.
And so I was actually looking through their stuff, and I was like, oh my God, there's a rice lager on their list, and bought that, without doing research on if this was a good version.
Yeah.
I've had a couple of these already, but...
You know what? Rice lager, this is not what I was expecting from a rice lager.
No, I wasn't either.
This tastes like rice. It's cloudy. It's got a bit of mouthfeel. It's probably undercarbonated, if anything, from what I was expecting, but I really like this.
What are you getting on the nose, boys?
Yeah, it's not really like anything I've had before.
Not a lot on the nose.
So one reason I've got rice lager on the list of to brews this year is a while back, and you guys are going to rip me, but I'll say it again. I did the brew course with one Stephen Nelson at our Regency Tape.
Get it.
One of the
Tell us more, Chris.
One of the beers he talked about was one of the best beers he says he has personally ever brewed was a rice lager in Japan, and it was to something to do with the rice they use. It might have been sake rice or something they actually put in the put in the mash. But he talked about it with this passion. Mate, it was
some
just
conviction.
It was something that he doesn't do all the time. Like, he's very passionate about brewing, but this beer was like, this is he loved it. So I was talking to him about a rough recipe, and he's like, no, it's a lager with rice. So I started to buy some rice lagers and stuff, and wasn't getting much chop until I found one. I don't have the name of it, and I do apologise. It's in a black can with goldy white writing. That rice lager was the one that I was like, holy fuck, I want to brew one of these. So if anyone can find a picture.
It's like the best one night standing, and you're like, I just wish I remembered her name 10 years ago.
Yeah.
I know what the insides look like, but just not the name.
I know what the insides look like.
I'm with Luke. I did not expect it to be
Cloudy. I was expecting it to be super, super clear.
I was expecting clarity as well, to be honest. I don't know if this is maybe me moving the beer cans around a bit, because these were from inside. I was holding my son and stuff. Maybe I've shaken it up a bit, but I also don't think I drank the other ones that I had of this particular out of a glass. I think I drank them straight from the can as well. So
Okay.
I may not.
Because I think my only experience with what I would kind of think is my thought of a rice lager, I don't know if they are, but the Lion from Sri Lanka.
Yes.
One that would be. I'm pretty sure that was a rice lager, and then there's been a couple at NNQ on Woodville Road.
Really?
The Vietnamese beers. I'm pretty sure they're rice lagers as well, and they are just crystal clear. You can see someone through the glass. This you can't.
Are they?
This is craft though. This is so maybe they're more of a macro brewery.
Yeah, they are macro.
Are they a little bit murky due to the starchiness of rice?
Yes.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And that when you boil rice or whatever. And
Especially if they do it properly. So they may have used real rice as opposed to maybe rice flakes or rice, something like that, where a less adjuncty. So you can still call a rice lager if you use
Rice adjunct.
Rice adjunct. Whereas we kind of want to. The cool way to do it is to
use
real rice and have this real gluggy, messy
it would be gluggy, wouldn't
mash.
it?
Yeah,
That's what it. Yeah.
Well, we did it when me and Mike, when we made our light American lager. American light lager, and it was gluggy as. Yeah, just rice boiling or like mashing away.
It does.
For an hour. It's like glue. You're tipping out glue by the end of it.
Did you find? Oh, that's the next segment. Did you find that when you brewed yours?
I would have if I used real rice.
Oh no!
Christoph's.
I was under pressure. I was under time constraints to get this to you.
So he couldn't go to the local Coles or Woolies to get a kilo bag of rice. Yeah.
I did have enough in my cupboard, but I liked this lemon drop lager that I brewed. So I got pretty much the same. So I've got another set of grain in that bucket. I'm going to brew the proper rice lager after this. And see, I want to compare the pair, basically. See if you can actually taste the difference or if I need to do more or if it matters on a homebrew scale, because on a homebrew scale previously we haven't really found that there was a really identifiable flavour of rice that comes through. Do you guys get a little bit of bitterness, a bit of hop in this, or...?
I'll have to drink it again.
I get hop in the fact that I know it's a beer. Like I drink it and it's a beer, but it's not overly bitter or anything. I wouldn't say.
Oh, there's a bit of bitterness. I think like it's not sweet or anything for me.
No.
I think it's definitely used something like SARS, I suppose. Like it's sort of that spicy.
Should we have a quick look? It does like German noble hopping.
Do you get that? It's like that little bit of spice in it.
Yeah.
The spiciness that those hops give.
Respect your mum.
Yeah, I saw that.
Where does it say that?
On the side above the thing. There's no ingredients on the can, which is fine. A lot of breweries do that. A lot of breweries do not. You want to have a look at the can, mate? I love the can art.
Yeah, I actually do like the can art, and I think it's
minimalist. But
I don't know what Land and Sea their cans normally look like. I don't know if this is like
it's
they all look like
cartoony
this.
and some are cartoony. Some are
Okay,
different.
right. So this is sort of homage. Almost looks like the Japanese rising sun. It's circular, colourful with a lot of red, a bit of blue.
And they got a plane on it, like the wood plane, not a.
I have no idea what that
plane.
is.
A wood
Is
plane.
that a wood plane?
Yeah.
Like I know what a wood plane is, but I was looking at that picture going, I thought it was a whale breaching.
Now, I know what a wood plane is, but for those of us who don't know, what the fuck is a wood plane?
It's the old handheld that
Yeah,
planes
well,
the door
used
down. They take a little. You hold it by hand. It has a little.
And before they
blade
had like
on the bottom
electric
of it.
sanders and that.
Before,
Oh,
you know,
yeah,
you hold it
a
like
wood
that, it goes,
planer.
Yeah.
Oh, a plane. Oh, I thought this was like some Japanese rowboat or something. Okay. Oh, you fuckers. I was
Yeah,
like,
have another look. Have another look.
fucking
You
much
know,
of a moron
the
am
two
I?
hands on it and it chips away at the wood. So instead of sanding it, you
Is that
take
what that
chunks
is?
out.
Grandfather had like 3 of them in the shed
Yeah.
always.
Ah.
Yeah.
Tell you what, you could have given me 100 guesses of that. That wouldn't have come out.
Yeah, I wasn't getting it. I was staring at it like, a cloud. I was making it out to be an elephant or something.
Because it's land and
Also,
sea.
yeah.
I was like thinking there's a boat of some kind and someone laying in a boat or
Yeah, I
It's
don't
only
get-
like
I
the
don't get
land
why.
and sea kind of like the background colours. It's kind of like beachy and then the ocean. But I'd love to know why they've put a like a wood plane.
Does it say anything?
It's got nothing. Like is it maybe a picture of rice or something. I don't know. But,
anything else.
I'd love to know their story behind that picture.
On the juice box,
Or otherwise
Sneaker,
just to
there is literally a
Are
juice
you
box.
sure that's a plane? A wood plane.
What else could it be, Simdog?
Well, they've collabed with Thomas Surfboards.
Yeah, so that potentially is that something that they would have used to make the wooden
Plane or-
surfboards
yeah,
back in the
maybe.
day? Could that be why?
Someone's gonna tell us.
Can somebody
You
please
divs,
tell us?
This is what it is, and we're gonna be like, oh my god, how
It's probably
was
not
it
called a wood plane, but
I think it is.
it is.
I think so.
Yeah, I'm not very hands-on.
Very handsy.
I like everything about that, from the colour to the aroma to the flavour. It kind of gives me mismatched session ale vibes on the colour and
On the colour,
even
yeah, looking
slightly
at
on
it.
the flavour.
Just not on the fruitiness. Like, there's no fruitiness.
There's
to
no
it.
fruitiness. Just the way it goes down, I kind of looking at it and then putting it in my mouth. It's right up there for like one of those easy, smashable, lovely, drinkable beers.
It is good.
Well,
I'll give it that.
what do you boys think? Like, if we were to CBBR this,
I like it. It is not what I was expecting at all, and I'd love to know.
That's such a good thing.
And I don't know much about this, but my my perception of what a rice lager should be is very different to this. This says Japanese rice lager, so whether there's variations depending on where the rice lager is from, I don't know. That's something that Chris would have researched. thoroughly before the episode, so we'll
Definitely
find
ask
out
me
more.
again in segment 2. Don't ask.
But yeah, I think that's probably the first rice lager that I could taste rice.
You know what I was thinking of as well? Sorry. Do you remember the craft beer banter? What's this called? Homebrew competition we ran in September 2020.
Yeah,
What took out gold?
was that a rice lager?
Matt King of the Craft Beer King.
When what?
When we had the Craft Beer Banter Homebrew competition September last year, Matt King's lager was a rice lager.
it?
Yeah.
I didn't remember that. Did we know that at the time?
I think I did maybe, and you
Okay.
guys didn't.
Always holding the secrets, isn't he?
I got to. And I've got another secret for you boys
We
later
drink
on
too
in the
many
show that you
different
guys are
beers
going to
to
have.
remember what
Ah,
each of the beers
yes.
are. Yeah.
The next
So,
baby.
stay on. Oh no! But no, it's a secret, and it's a little secret for you boys and for our audience coming up. So please stay tuned for that. I think that's crossing the line between the non-crafty boys and the crafty boys. I think that's a really crafty beer that the non-crafty folk could seriously
Very
enjoy.
easy to drink and very easy to enjoy, and also interesting enough that you want to pick it up. And as a crafty boy, you're pouring that in a glass and going, "Fuck, that's different.
Yeah.
That's not what I was expecting." So there, you're interested. Piqued your interest.
Japanese. I want to have the
Yeah.
Japanese word for lager, maybe, so we don't have because the second you say lager to anyone who's into craft at the moment, they have a fucking heart attack.
Unless you, was it IPL?
Yeah, we call it a JRL or something instead of a Japanese rice lager, and then maybe you have more people have a crack at it. But there's this horrible
Just
movement.
say you put hops in it, and then everyone will love it.
It's a hoppy beer.
You don't say it's hoppy. You just say it's got hops in it. And
Thanks for correcting me again.
I'm just saying, because people have no idea.
Exactly.
I like hops. That's got hops in it. Yeah.
What do we
all
reckon?
beers.
All beers, man. All beers.
No, all good. What was the question? What do we think?
What do we reckon? Are we? Is that segment 1 kind of bitten in the ass?
It is. Did we learn anything about Japanese rice lagers?
They're delicious,
Yeah.
and they could be easily a crafty or a non-crafty boy.
And we're judging this off the pure fact that we've had one, which is sitting in front of us.
Well, you've had a couple.
Oh, I have, yeah. And the other
I've
ones
had
that
a
I've
couple.
had are not crafty at all. They're quite nice, quite easy to drink, but
How many
There's
are
no
around?
rice
How many are
flavour.
around? Like, where have you got this? Was there a few Japanese rice lagers on the shelf, or?
No, but so this was straight off the Land and Sea website.
Right.
But if you go to Beer Cartel or Craft Cartel, one of the two, they're one of the two bigger or two of the bigger, craft beer home. What would you even call that? Wholesalers? Shops.
Yeah,
Online shops. Yeah. If you type in rice lager or rice beer, there are a few that pop up.
Okay.
So I'd recommend having a try and getting a few in and going from there, telling us what you think.
yeah.
Alrighty.
Before we go, do we want to have a quick guess of what rice they did not use? I don't reckon they used basmati. Definitely not.
I think it's basmati.
Basmati. There
They
you go.
didn't
Basmati.
use jasmine
No,
rice.
Didn't
either,
use
I don't think.
jasmine. What do you
Is
reckon
that
they
the
did?
yellow one?
I think it's yellow, but it's
I think it's yellow from the
aromatic.
saffron.
The saffron,
The saffron
sorry.
makes it. Yeah.
The dearest
Well, it's Japanese
herb.
rice
No, it's not a
lager.
herb.
Yeah, I'm
So
sure they use a
saffron-
Japanese
saffron's
rice.
Not
like
a pilau or
$10,000.
something, is it?
A kilo.
What do you think, Simo? What have we got in here? Sake rice or something? Or sushi rice?
I don't think it's called sushi rice.
Is it not? I thought it was literally called sushi rice.
No. I don't
Okay.
think so. I think sushi rice is the way that you prepare the rice.
Okay.
I think. I don't know what fucking rice is in it. What do you want me to say?
That's what I said. Guess what? It's not.
I don't
You had a
know.
better
I'm
go.
assuming it's not brown rice.
No. Well, 3 from 3 there, I guess.
Great job.
Stick around. We'll be back in about 5 minutes with some of the homebrew that I haven't even tasted yet.
Haven't you?
No. So we'll come back. 5.
Do we want another glass or?
Yeah, I've got this glass here. So have a
This is our side beer when we get sick of drinking Chris's rubbish.
welcome back to segment 2.
Did we get that first bit?
We did. We got that in there. This is where I'm going to talk about a beer. What I brewed. I brewed a rice lager. I'm going to give you boys a recipe. We'll have a sniff and a taste, and not much of one because I've just poured it for the first time, and
He fucked up.
yeah,
Grotesque, yeah.
yeah, it's horrible. So I'll start with the recipe because the recipe is actually good, and we know it's good because we've had the beer before.
Most of the recipe's good.
Most of the recipe's good. So, long story short, this rice lager is almost a carbon copy of the lemon drop lager what I brewed. Real light, easy drinking kind of nothingy beer, like a 3.5% with like what's this called? It was just wet. Mouthful wet.
Yeah.
That's the one I'm brewing next. But this one was basically 4 kilos of German lager malt, 500 grams of carapils, 500 grams of acidulated malt, and 1.25 kilos of flaked rice. There was 25 grams of Sriracha Ace at 20 minutes for some bittering. And then there was 25 grams of Sriracha Ace in the dry hop. I was not supposed to do a dry hop.
So what was the total hop count?
50 grams.
And 50% of that was in a dry hop in a lager.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So you know where you went wrong here.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's also really fresh out of the FV
Yeah.
into the keg. So I'm hoping, given enough time,
You've only got hope.
that this will mellow out.
Give
to
him a
I
something
think, yeah,
reasonable.
like, because a lager, you're supposed to lager it for up to 3 months anyway. Or it's like a calculation on points of, gravity over 1,000 for an X amount of weeks or something. So every 4 points is an extra week you're meant to lager it.
Something like that. I don't know
Something
the
like
actual
that.
calculation.
This is why we need Short Skirt here, because he knows the exact.
Boing.
We lagered a Czech pills for 3 months and it tastes delicious.
That Czech Pils was actually one of my favourite beers you guys have done.
But anyway,
I really
because
love that.
we lagered it, whereas this is fresh. So fresh.
So
This is maybe an advertisement for lagering beers as well.
I know I wasn't supposed to dry hop with Sriracha, but because it was so close to the lemon drop, I figured try it,
Give it
see
a
what
bit.
happens.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't even smell that. I don't like the smell of
I
that.
think giving it
have
a
any?
little bit more time.
You haven't poured yourself any, mate?
No, that's what I thought.
Oh,
Yeah, you go for it. Pour yourself some. That's a really strange smell. What are you getting off of that?
well,
What the hell is that?
What my first thought is, that's like actual real fresh hops. That's putting some hops in a glass of water and mixing around and drinking.
Kind of is, isn't it?
It's too fresh. How long did you dry hop and when did you take the dry hops out?
I didn't take the dry hop out.
So they stayed in until you racked it into your fermenter,
Yeah,
and it's only been in the fermenter for long enough to carbonate.
yeah.
Okay,
Less
so,
than 5 days.
yeah. So given time, that'll probably mellow out. That is the freshest hop I've ever.
I can't even taste that. I don't like it's making me not feel great about the nose.
And it's also a different hop. We've never used a Japanese hop in any of our beers before. Correct me if I'm wrong.
No, you're not wrong.
No. And by the sound of, where did you get the recommendation for 25 grams at 20 minutes? Is that just guessing off the alpha acid that gave you the bitterness you needed?
I can't remember, but
Can't
it
remember?
was
You did a
not
bit of
my.
research,
Yeah, it
or-
was not my.
Yeah.
Just have a. That's when I put it in. That was
No.
There was a. There's supposed to be some flavour and aroma and very minimal bittering.
Yeah.
So
So you needed a bit with
yeah.
So
I want
25 grams at 20 minutes. How much IBU do you plug it into a thing and it gives you the IBU? That can't be too much on the IBU scale there, which I wouldn't expect it should be, but
give me 2 minutes.
that's all right.
Talk amongst yourselves about the garbage that I've just served you. What did you just taste it?
I just had my first swig. It's not disgusting.
The nose is doing. I can't do the nose, man.
Yeah,
I think it's just
but
over dry hopped. 'Cause you don't get
it's,
anything
I don't know.
other than hop.
I don't know, I've never smelt anything like that because I'm
No.
guessing I've never had that hop before, particularly dry hopped.
I've got to give you
What
props
does that smell like?
That's what I don't know. I don't know
can't-
It smells like hops.
what
but
though.
like,
There's
it's
like a
not
weird.
traditional, like it's not
No,
a
it's,
citrus.
it's not.
almost
It's not
fishy,
citrus.
like-
It's not fruity. It's not dank. It's like a weird combination of. It's just hops. You just know it's hops. But
Yeah.
It's weird. I don't know. I can't describe it, but I'm useless at descriptors. So
It's like raw almost. Like, look, the hops were very fresh as well. I think they were last year's, like 2020 or something,
Yeah.
like hops. But yeah, I don't know what to. Yeah, Simo's actually going up just for those of you having a look to the beer flavour map to try and find what the fuck it's going to, what he's doing. IBU 17, mate. Sorry, I'm just checking.
yep.
17 IBU. So it's a nothing beer, like it's a real nothing.
I can't put my finger on it.
Yeah.
I think this is like an update beer.
Like a grassy,
Oh.
greeny apple.
Yeah.
Grassy.
Maybe
is-
not green apple. Grassy. Yeah.
Grassy,
Grassy. I reckon you probably get away. Earthy. Maybe.
mossy.
Mossy.
It's something's not quite. I just wasn't like I've kind of behaved myself and not really gone to taste that or try it or smell it or anything like in anticipation for having
I
it
like
with you
it.
guys.
I like that smell.
Do you really?
I actually do.
I don't hate it, but I know it's not supposed to be in a Japanese rice lager.
It doesn't. It's not comparable to the last beer in any way.
No. Oh, it's a totally different beer. You're not. If you put those two side by side and said they're meant to be the same beer, someone would throw them in your face and go, "You're a fucking knobhead."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't taste that good.
Doesn't. Thank you. So what I want to do is I want to go. Thank you for your feedback.
Yep.
Especially for trying it because I can't get that to my lips for some reason. That smell is really off-putting to me.
Okay.
Hold your nose because it's not that the smell is not as strong in the taste as it is in that smell is like super fresh. I'd almost be interested in knowing what it tastes like in 3 months' time if that mellows out. If you can,
We might update our because I've got a couple spare kegs. That keg's actually half full over there, but it's they were supposed to go back in the fridge, and I forgot to put it back in the fridge. So that's since our last podcast has been sitting there getting disgusting. So I'm going to leave that. I'm going to maybe
Leave
unhook
it.
the tap,
Yeah.
and we'll
Just
try
let
it
it sit.
in maybe May.
yeah,
What is it now? March?
2
April?
months
Let's try it in May and see how it
if
goes.
it mellows.
If it mellows, because that is a really strong aroma.
What's the ABV on it?
Don't know why you're hiding your notes from yourself.
No, because I've got them across two. Give me 2 secs. That is wrong. It's not 6%. So we've got another beer in this glass here because
That smell,
it's weird.
Can't.
I want to keep burying my nose in it, but I don't.
That's one of the reasons I keep going back for more.
4.5%, sorry.
Because I'm interested. 4.5%?
4.5%.
Yeah, okay. But yeah, it's interesting. It's like something I've never had before. I'm not saying I'd pick it up again, but I keep going back and smelling and drinking.
Look, it looks great.
It looks good, yeah. And I think
Aesthetically, it's brilliant.
aesthetically, it's not too far off from
Yeah.
the one we just had either, because
It's
it's a little bit
Clearer,
but it's still got that same colour, just not as hazy.
And it's carbonated really well. The mouthfeel is spot on, I think, from what the commercial equivalent was.
I can't believe you
just
guys are
fucking
drinking
sucks.
it. Yeah, it's horrible at the moment.
It's not horrible.
So it's
not-
only
I can
failing.
drink it.
I'd say that really it misses aroma by a million miles. I don't think
Yeah.
it hits aroma at all. Flavour, it's only a smidge off. I wouldn't say that's huge off the flavour.
So let's let it mellow. I reckon.
I reckon.
Let's give it.
I think it has-
6-7 weeks.
It
It's
has
got-
potential to be
got
a really
potential.
good beer.
I reckon, yeah, definitely take out the dry hop and
I have tried
use
to.
actual rice because you said your rice flakes.
Yeah, so I've another.
Yep.
That there is ready for the next one where I'll actually
Yeah.
mash in with some rice and try it again.
Definitely don't tip this out until you do your next one that's meant to be.
No.
mashed out.
I'll literally
Yeah,
take
yeah.
the tap off so we don't drink it.
Yep.
Not that anyone's going to want to. But I'll let that mellow for a little while and see what we come out with.
Yeah.
I think that like I like experimenting with beer. I just like when the experiments work, and this one's a fail so far. But it's really fresh. And it's kind of shit that like not shit, but like with this new season, I'm trying to obviously bang out some beers relatively quickly to make sure we have them ready for the podcast and stuff. So for the due diligence, like this shouldn't be drank yet.
No, potentially not.
This should be on.
We could have gone to something else maybe before this one, or
and I
just had another month hiatus and
get back
come
to
back
it.
in a month's time.
But I've got I think the first 3 beers are mine, so it's just hard to get get everything done and ready in time sometimes. And so I'd say we're drinking this really way too fresh.
Yeah,
but still,
It's young. It's really
I shouldn't. If I didn't dry hop it, I wonder if that would have tasted all right.
you probably shouldn't drink any beers this young. Well,
5 days?
5 days, yeah.
Yeah, probably
So-
not. No.
Nah, you should let it sit for a bit anyway. But yeah.
So what else we got here? What's this? Luke has just had a trip over to Kangaroo Island.
Before we go on to that, just a question that popped in my head.
Go,
How
yeah,
long
go.
Japan's been brewing beers with rice being a Japanese rice lager for?
I would assume
Did you?
a very, very long.
I'd assume a very, very long time. Is it saying that like they originated with their own? Do you know this, or is it something we find out for next time we come back to this?
Maybe this is on the recap episode.
Yeah, okay. That's all right. I was just interested because have they like
Missing
started
tweet patches
their
tonight, aren't we?
Oh man, he fucking really
Yeah.
he comes in and
Yeah.
he saves us a little bit.
come back? Yeah, I was just interested in like, did they start their own brewing separately, or did it like move through Europe across Asia and into Japan
I'd
before they
say-
started doing their ice lagers?
I'd say it's got a lot to do with their sake culture over there. They
Yeah.
have this really cool. There's a doco on Netflix.
Because that would have been their alcoholic.
Absolutely,
beverage of
yeah,
choice.
sake,
And-
like, rice wine, basically. So I'm guessing at some point when they were trying to make beer, they're like, well, we already make it with rice. This is
Yeah.
completely speculative, by the way, and by no means.
So Chris will stop here and we'll do our research for the
but,
recap. But that's okay.
Yeah, I like.
Yeah,
there's a
potential.
wicked doco though. Netflix, watch it. It's called Birth of Sake or something, and it shows you, mate. These guys literally live at the brewery for the 6 months or whatever that they're brewing. This is they take proper care of their, as everyone should. But it was
It's next level.
over there, which is awesome. I think. I'll find it and I'll put a link to it or to the name of the doco because I've watched it more than once. In the description below. So, to wash the taste out of our mouth. Are you need to sleep, mate, or what's
I'm
going
good.
on? You're okay.
Yeah.
You do realise that the camera's on.
I'm back.
Okay, he's back, baby.
He's just sitting out the camera at the moment, so you're okay there, Simo. You can have a nap.
Hey,
and we
everyone.
won't even know.
Hello, cheekies.
There he is. He's still alive. He hasn't passed out on the chair.
Right.
So because we tasted that in the break and Chris's unfortunately was a little bit shit, I just cracked open one a beer that I brought home from Kangaroo Island Brewery, the sole brewery on Kangaroo Island. There's a couple other little brews going on over there, but they're the main brewery. For those of you who haven't been to KI, get there. It's an amazing place and way bigger than we thought. That was a lot of driving.
That's what everyone says.
4 days, I drove 1,000 Ks. Too many kilometres behind the wheel, but that's okay. Really cool watching seals fight each other and stuff. It was epic. It was good.
It's also really
and-
supportive of our local. Like they're pretty much only got ecotourism.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
and with the bushfires at the start of 2020,
Yep, so it was a
really
year on from that, and you can still see like
have not fully recovered.
Yeah, have not fully recovered. Especially like through all the sand dunes on the how goes my directional geography? The west coast, the southwest coast.
Yep.
There's like Vivon Bay and that. Yeah, you can still see everything's really burnt and takes a little longer through the Flinders Chase National Park. The trees look so cool. There's leaves where there wouldn't normally be leaves. You know, like the leaves are normally on the end of the branches.
Yeah.
There's like leaves all the way up the trunk.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it looks really cool.
That is awesome.
It's awesome. But
Well, not awesome.
get
but,
out.
You know,
Oh no, but
yeah.
it's like the regrowth is awesome.
Yeah.
Not the fact that it happened, but like year on, it's starting to go well. Get over there.
And about KI Brewery,
KI Brewery.
Luke, you had some cool
I did.
facts.
their beers are delicious. You guys can have a bit of a say on what they taste like in a second. But one of the cool things is when you're there at the brewery, their brew house has a big glass window with a bar that you sit up against it, and he's brewing while you're sitting there drinking your beers. And you can see the door's open, you go have a chat if you like. And they're
Excellent.
literally fermenting, in what I could see, this is someone will probably tell me I'm wrong, 60-litre fermenters. Just
The PD.
the
fermenters.
plastic 60-litre fermenters, heaps of them scattered around the place. It's like a home brewer won the lottery. is what it looks like. They don't know any different. I'm just going to be putting it in these because this is not what I know works. But look, great beers. And I really like this beer. So you guys have a little bit of a go at it and let me know what you think.
I like it.
Go
It's
for
a
it.
pale. Oh, sorry, it's a Kangaroo Island brewery pale ale.
First of all, I like the can.
The can looks brilliant.
Just plain black
the
can.
green as well.
Lovely green
Pale
colour.
out, yeah, vibrant green. I think it's
Fantastic. The mix between that sort of hoppiness comes through, but also bitter. It's that sliced straight in half, mixed back together, and it works beautifully for me.
Really approachable.
I'd buy that in the carton load. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right up my alley. I love that.
It's their biggest selling beer.
I see why.
Yeah,
It is one of those that
very
Beautiful beer.
approachable.
But again, I love the beers that you can give to people who aren't into craft beer. Because
Yeah.
as much as we talk about gateway beers and stuff, there's still this weird stigma about craft beer that is lingering. I think it's not so much with the younger guys. I think the younger guys are a bit more open-minded, but with like maybe our father's generation,
Yeah.
craft beer is overpriced.
Yeah.
That's a big
Garbage.
I think that's the sticking point. Is why would I buy alcohol that costs $20 more for a carton if I'm happy to drink something that's $20 less? They don't care that it tastes better. They don't care that it's different. They
I
just
don't
think
care that it's guys who are brewing it in their
No,
back
they don't
shed,
care
who
about
are
that
doing
stuff.
it off
Yeah.
their backs, who are supporting
Yeah.
their
yeah,
families.
it's
not-
literally the fact that I can drink this other one. It's beer. Why would I pay $20 more for one?
Well, why would you watch a movie in your lounge room when you can go to the cinema? You know,
'Cause it's cheaper.
there's there's that still blows my mind that there is that. And look, my father's no exception to that rule, and you know, I brew beer for him for free, and he still likes his. You know,
I could give
Where's
that
that
to
one?
my father and he'd probably drink it.
what is
He's
it?
not-
What
he's
is
not
it?
gonna
You think
buy it.
about the old boys with that? Is it just their ways? You know that they pick a year and they stick to that year or whatever. Jerry
No,
Seinfeld.
I think it's more like a.
It's generational. It's
They
like
don't get excited. Like we're actually excited to taste a new beer. Like we're paying $8 for a can of a random beer, and I'll quite often buy a 6-pack. I never used to buy 6-packs. I'd always just buy a carton because it's cheaper.
Yeah.
But now I'll buy a 6-pack, and it'll be a mixed 6-pack.
I don't think there's the last
I'll-
time I bought a carton of anything.
yeah, it's been a long
The only time
time.
I buy cartons is really Cooper's, which is stout in winter and sparkling in summer. And that's just so I've always got beer when I run out of my brews.
Yeah, homebrew, yeah.
Yep, that's the only reason
Yeah.
I've got them
Or
stocked.
when you make a homebrew
Yeah.
like this
Or
garbage.
I bought a mixed carton from Kangaroo Island because that's the only place you can get it. So I thought I'd stock up, support them.
And support them. I think that's what it's
Yeah.
more about is our generation which seems to have less money and less access to money. Job growth, wages. Oh, let's not get into that. But I think we spend more of our money on supporting,
Other people who are trying to
yeah,
live
Yeah.
their dream,
as opposed to...
just grinding away on a computer.
I love how he finishes my sentence. You can see that.
He does
I was
do
like,
that.
he's gonna
I didn't
say
want to
what
wait
I
the
say.
15 seconds for you to finish your own sentence. So I'm just
Yeah.
going to finish it for you. We'll try to keep the show on the road, okay? Because we've had a little bit of a detour here. Are we going into
Speaking
segment
of show on the road,
3, or there's no segment 3? It's changing here.
we get ready for some BrewBusters, is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, I didn't think we were going to stick to this other one for too long.
Let's get ready for some
Okay.
BrewBusters.
And now, please welcome the host of BrewBusters,
Michael Kogler. Boys, the Duds is not here, and in his absence, he has given me the high responsibility of. Is that your penis?
Have a look at my camel's toe.
Thanks. I can see it through the glass, so it actually looks like you got two camel toes. He's given me the high responsibility of creating a BrewBuster.
And he gave you heaps of time to do it as well, didn't he? So it better be good. I'm expecting something of the high quality that Mike has been building up to over the past season.
Look, anything would be better than the beer you served us.
Yeah, that's so disappointing, isn't it? It actually really, that's upsetting for me. But I've got a raspberry.
It's not your worst though.
I've got a.
That is true.
Hey, we've all
butchered
My raspberry goes is coming, and the only thing better than the beer is the name I've given it. All right, and I want to tell you boys now, and I'll
but you
bleep
can't.
it.
No.
I'll bleep
no.
it.
Just tell us.
I'll tell
save
you.
it. Don't.
Save it.
No.
Okay.
Save it.
I'm
save
so
it.
bad like that.
So when are we finding out?
Next episode, so it'll be like end of March.
Yeah. No. Later.
Give it Christmas.
So now from last month, boys, Kogler's clue, something about it's better than.
Oh, is this
Call
one
of
that I
Duty?
ruined because I was super drunk?
Yeah. Better
Sorry.
than Call of Duty, but not, or something.
Yeah.
The clue, BH, Black Hops or Black.
Yeah.
It was Black Hops, but Black Hops. That was won by Grant of South Australia. Actually, I won't give out your full name just in case, but he's won a lovely prize pack that's going to be off to him soon. Thank you very much for playing, and he had some very kind words to say to us boys about. Keeping on, even though we're pretty bad at this. So
Love your words.
No. He actually said this was his favourite podcast.
Oh wow!
And
Thank you, Grant.
to keep, he actually asked us if we had any plans for retiring soon, and I said no, we're happy, kind of going along. We don't do this for money, or for definitely not for money, but but we just enjoy doing it. So thank you very much, mate. Those
Still
words
waiting for my first
meant a lot.
paycheck.
It's coming, mate. It comes in the form of love.
Well,
So this
paid
month,
in plenty.
this month, I'm doing the BrewBuster, all right, and I'm kind of winging it, but I'm kind of not, all right. So, A, B, and C have all been working fine, right? At Bert and Kurt, all been working fine. The next one in line, off. So A, B, and C on, working fine. Next one in line, off. D is your clue for this month.
Got it.
Have you actually?
I think so.
I think I've got it.
And I think it's in the fridge.
How does that go for a Coke?
I think that's not bad. That's not bad. Yep. No, I reckon you've done well there.
All right, let's go because I didn't.
No,
have,
you done
I didn't have
well.
one.
Maybe I don't know
Might not be that fridge. Yeah. Don't. Yep.
That can't be. Neither
Black
on the D.
can.
At Bert and Kerr are on and working fine, but the next one in line is off. Just make sure that
I definitely saw it somewhere. Anyway,
Okay.
so that's it for that one.
That's the clue for this month. You know how to get in touch, DMs or emails or any of that. We're going to come back real shortly. We've got a old game. What beer is it? It's coming right up, boys. We're going to run the sound check, go cue, whatever, and we'll come back real soon with some what beer is it for you guys.
What beer is it?
What beer is it, boys? A game we've played a number of times in season, maybe 1 and 2? Did we do it in 2? Not sure.
Not much in 2. We definitely did it in 1. Yeah.
So the aim of the game, boys, is to identify the style of beer, if at all possible. So go through, this is like almost training for us. We do a bit of a taste test, go through the aroma, go through the, full overall impression, see what you get, see what you think. If you can identify the style of beer, then we start to go, do you know who brewed this and what it is, basically. So without further ado, is it ado? Adieu? What is it?
Adieu. I think it's accent is the only difference there.
Okay. You can see it's filled up to the 330ml
American Amber Ale by any
point,
chance?
possibly. No, it's not.
No? That's
it's
okay.
not.
That's this one.
But it is a very
It's malty.
malty,
on the nose.
rich beer.
It's too sweet, isn't it, to be... Is that the only...
I don't know if it is too sweet to be that. You can ask me questions, boys, too.
It is a bit sweet. It's very caramel.
Very
It
A lot
is.
of caramel.
Yeah.
What do you get on the aroma?
Favourite caramel fruit? Well, I had a lot of malt.
Bit of sweetness and malt, yeah. Bit of sweetness, a lot of
Still
malt,
caramel.
no hops.
It's a real malt-driven beer, isn't it?
In it.
I've really
I
mind.
dare say it's an English beer.
Yeah?
I do dare say that.
You do dare.
I do dare. Who dares wins.
Can I just pause for a sec? I've ruined that because I didn't clean my glass out properly enough. And now all I can taste is the fucking shitty my beer that I had from this.
Really?
Yeah. Smell that. There's my hop fucking lingering in that.
There is.
Fucking Christ. I love this beer too.
Don't put it on the
What are you
ground, you
doing?
smash it.
Smash it. Yeah.
Why'd you put it on the ground?
I can't
Just to
believe
get
how much,
away from me. I'm
I
disappointed
can't
now.
believe how much broken glass there is around here still. And you have an infant.
I've
Actually,
tried,
not an
man, to
infant,
get
toddler.
all-
Is he a
yeah.
toddler now?
I think he
Playing
is,
with all the broken glass? Cut that out.
salt services.
He'll be fine.
What do you get?
I don't think it's a English bitter.
Not an English bitter.
Talk to the people. What are you seeing? What are you smelling? What's coming through? Why do you
Well,
think
it's
English?
copper as copper, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yep.
Like it's
the only
copper
reason I said
brown.
American amber ale is because I remember the British amber ale being more like astringent and bitter and not as sweet. But it's fairly dark.
It's really malty sweet in it.
It's definitely not like I've just done a best bitter, and it's definitely not that. I don't know. I don't mind now. Am I allowed to do some research here while we're sitting here?
You
And-
can ask me whatever you want. Like
No, I don't know the right questions to ask. You guys know this from season 1 when I was asking, was it brewed in South Australia?
Oh,
every
that's
time,
funny.
every time. Is it an Australian beer?
Ask away. Think of anything that might help you identify the style and the beer, and I'll give you whatever answer I can.
And so you said yes to British?
No, I did
Oh,
not.
I thought you were like, yeah, it could be.
Oh, I thought that was a yes.
Yeah, I thought that was
No,
yes.
I wasn't giving
Okay.
you the answer there. So no, it is not a British beer.
Yeah, that's then maybe you should be a bit more clear on your answers.
Sorry,
because was
I
going down
apologise.
this Tangent. Yeah.
No, not a British beer.
Is it German?
No.
No, okay, that's all right. I was thinking of like a bit Martini, like the darkness of it
And the carameliness.
and the
isn't it?
carameliness of it. It's a little bit like my Martin, which was too sweet but darker. I don't know.
It's giving me the real, like after a heavy cordial.
Yeah, the sticky on the back of
sticky.
the tongue. Yep.
It is
sweet.
It's
alcoholic,
Okay.
All right.
which is maybe why. Do you boys like it?
I love it.
I love it.
This is right up my alley. I love sweet and I love something that's really
It's probably a
malty.
little bit too sweet for me, but
No, I'm
I do
all
like
for it.
I'm all for it.
All
Sweet
for
boy.
it. I'll have
It is
yours
one-
if you
it
don't-
is-
if when you've had enough.
This isn't my style of beer at all, and I really love this one. If that helps you boys at all.
Not at all. Not in the slightest.
This is a real duds one, isn't it? This is like his fucking.
This is his. Yeah, he's going to be
His
sitting there
spectrum
listening
fucking
to
thing.
our shitty
It's not a
descriptors and
throw
going.
at a pale ale, is
"Oh,
it?
is."
What's that, mate?
It's not some fucking weird pale ale.
No, it's not a pale
So-
ale.
okay.
No.
Because it's dark, but it's not.
Well, yeah, when we're saying dark, it's like a
It's copper.
yeah copper.
You boys tell me when you're ready to have me give you some clues.
Why don't you give us a clue?
Do you have an?
It's
order?
American.
It's American. Yep. Okay, but it's not an American amber ale.
No. The malts, I think, throwing you. If I put it like that. Typically, this style is a lot more hoppy, and I think there's a lot of hop in this though. But the malt backbone is just ripping it.
So it's not like it's not meant to be an IPA that they've just malted the. It is an IPA.
It's an IPA.
Yeah, there you go. See,
very
I'd
malty
never
IPA.
pick that as an
did I not
IPA.
ask if it was a pale ale?
Yeah, but you didn't ask if it's an India Pale Ale.
Well,
They're two different styles.
They're two very different
styles.
So there's APA and IPA.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah.
And
But that should have been enough.
I'm just taking.
Sorry.
That should have been enough.
No.
No, I'm taking Chris's
Because
side
then I
here
went
because
miles. Then my brain started going miles away. You could just
Yeah.
say it's IPA.
is it an American IPA, like a proper American IPA? It's not like just an IPA or anything.
No. Simo, you know what this is.
Prominent to intense hop aroma. Is that an ambulance driving past? By any
That
chance?
absolutely is.
Sorry
My
for you
dogs
guys
are
who
going
can't hear
mental.
that at home, but the dogs are howling.
This is an Adelaide brewer, isn't it?
Yes, it is. You know what it is now? Let Luke have a crack.
Is it like a prominent Adelaide brewer that I'd know? Like Little Bang? I don't know any of their beers, but it's not Little Bang, is
It's
it?
not Little Bang, no.
No.
I'll tell you right now,
Prominent brewer,
I
though.
couldn't. Yeah, it's prominent brewer, really great brewer. I had to go to their brewery to buy this because their stuff isn't everywhere. And when I went to their brewery, it's to buy a particular beer of theirs, which is the English version of this, which is one of my absolute favourite beers.
Can you start listing South Australian brewers and I'll say stop when I think it's them?
Do you want to tell him, Sim, or you want another? Let's play 20 questions to get you there.
I know like Big Shed or something, but I don't think it's Big Shed. Is it Big
Nah,
Shed?
not a Big Shedder.
Nah. Mismatch don't do one of these.
No.
Who else do I know? It's obviously not Kangaroo Island Brewing.
No.
No. Good, I was just checking. From Adelaide, like legit Adelaide, or like McLaren Vale or Barossa or
South.
South, so McLaren Vale, or Adelaide but South?
Well, no. So I think past McLaren Vale.
Past McLaren Vale. So very south. Who's very south there? Should I know this one?
You'll know it once we tell you.
When you tell me.
Do you want to open the freezer there, mate?
Open the freezer. This one or the Shifty Lizard?
The Gila Monster.
It's a big beer.
I don't know where Shifty Lizard's from.
Do you not, honestly? You never been down there?
I've never been to Shifty Lizard. That's
Oh,
one that I
dude.
need to get down to. Whereabouts? Down
Wollonga.
south? Wollonga. Oh,
So-
main drag at Wollonga there.
I definitely need to get down there.
I was craving their Komodo IPA,
Yeah.
the English IPA. Yeah. The only way I could get it was to drive with my son in the back
I
for
spoke to you that day.
2 hours, by the way. It almost took me with traffic to get from here.
So you can't even
Yeah,
get them
back.
down at your local?
No.
No. And this isn't seasonal. This is like one of their
The
stocks.
Gila Monster is on tap constantly.
Yeah. And
This is-
only available
This
at
is
the...
baby, isn't it?
This is his baby.
this is-
He says they're all his babies, but this was his real baby. So yeah.
There you go.
What you always think? So you got it. Well, you got it after what the Adelaide Brewer.
Yeah, once I knew the style, and then
And then when you gave him like a little wink and...
I
You
knew
know
I'd
what
had
this
it.
is, yeah.
I knew I'd had it.
I'm a big fan of that beer. I really want to promote that as what an IPA should be.
Yeah,
That's one of the reasons I picked that for this beer because I don't think that the IPA should be what everyone else is putting out. To be honest, yeah.
I think
Is this even the double IPA? Sorry, have I
As-
even led you guys astray?
that's... fuck. By alcohol, it's probably a double IPA. But by definition, I think the fact that it's so sweet and caramel, double IPA wouldn't have those. Whereas the American...
It is a double.
it is the double.
I apologise to you,
Okay.
mate. That's a double IPA. But the sweet caramelly.
The only thing that I
Lovely.
would say that it doesn't hit is the hoppiness of it. So it's saying like it's a prominent to intense hop aroma.
See,
And
Shifty
you're
did
not
say that
getting
he
that.
puts a lot in there, but
There's
that
so,
is
it's so
malt
malty.
backbone.
It's so malty that you're not going to get any hop through that.
What
Big
about hoppy
fan.
users?
I haven't asked. And I've ruined that beer. That literally is fucking.
Just drink it.
Smell it. Smell that. It's fucked.
You know what? In the BJCP for 21A American
It's
IPA,
Not too bad. I'd drink it.
You can have that then.
No,
I can't drink it.
8%.
I know. It's
does
heavy.
not say
I've
anything
been drunk for
about
4 days straight.
malt. There's nothing about malt. This is all malt. I don't
What do you mean?
call them
What are you
foul.
saying?
Well, I'm saying that this has got too much malt and not enough hop for it to be an American IPA, but it's not. It's a double. But I'd
It's a
say-
double, yeah. It's just.
Is there a
it's just-
category for that yet?
Double is not a category.
Yes,
so
there is.
When are they?
No,
when are they
well,
bringing?
not in the BJCP. There's American
Can
specialty,
you give me 2 secs?
Belgian black, brown, red,
22A.
rye. 22 is an American IPA. It's not double.
22A is double IPA.
It's American IPA.
American IPA.
22. Oh, sorry, 22. I didn't know 22.
21A.
Hey, strong American ale. Here we go. I was reading the wrong one. Because you said American IPA. Asshole.
22A. So there we go, gents. Lovely, lovely beer there by the Shifty Lizard.
Some clean malty sweetness. It's all clean malty sweetness.
It's all lovely. There, boys.
It's the complete opposite of what you were reading out. Multi-sweetness.
Hey?
What you just read.
It said some, and I'm saying this is all.
Okay. Right.
Yeah. So it's the same.
Okay.
But it's just a lot more.
He did only win a silver, so got to buck up his game next time, mate.
Yeah.
Who do you lose to again?
Oh, the big boys.
Yeah, that's
Pirate.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But they
Yeah,
would have.
but he was very
IPA'd
surprised.
The fuck out of the double IPA.
The double IPA would have been
like all hot.
so.
Which is what a double IPA is.
It's supposed to be a bit more probably, but that's how I like it. And the Komodo
I like
IPA,
this
which
better.
is an English IPA, is right up my alley. There's this lovely, like Georgia doesn't like, my missus doesn't like IPAs because of the hoppiness, and she will drink a.
Took you a long time to say that she was your missus, didn't it?
Yeah.
Did we call it that when you, me, Sam, and Ben went to Victor Harbour? Or like,
I
I
was
just get
very-
so angry
Yeah,
when I
you
call
you
it.
used to get so. It was like the first time you're like, I'm seeing this girl. They're like, oh, it's your girlfriend. You got so angry.
I used to get
just
very
ripped
angry.
on you the whole trip. there and
Well, I
back.
just recently lost 6 figures to a female, so I wasn't letting anyone else take the rest.
I want to show you a photo that I took on the 22nd of May, 2017.
Yes, please do.
At 1:11 p.m. in the van when we were driving around.
How much weight have I not got on me?
No. This is when you had just got with your girlfriend, your current girlfriend.
She doesn't like when I call her that, by the way.
What?
My
She's not
current
17
girlfriend.
and-
And I found this note that you'd written early days.
Chris wrote that.
Yes, obviously, and definitely not Andrew Simpson writing that shit all over my stuff. Well done. It's got Georgia Marciniak and her practicing my Chris loves Luke
What?
is all over that.
No. Doesn't say Luke.
I'm sure. Regardless.
Pretty sure it's got love.
Okay,
That's
love, and Georgia.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like your
It's
handwriting
almost
at all.
4
there,
years
Andrew
ago.
Simpson. Yeah.
You wrote all that on an envelope.
I did.
In the
I
van.
must have. Well, it's, I knew the future, mate. That's how it is. Now I just got to pick my stocks a bit better. So I don't see red every day. Now, boys,
Just
wrapping
the
up.
next spin on the roulette would be good enough.
Wrapping up. What beer is it with that lovely beer? I have a little gift for you, boys. It's up on the freezer there, Luke. If you wouldn't mind grabbing.
Is it some Star Sand?
It's next to the Star Sand. There's a book each for yourself.
Thank you.
And Kogler and Duds, whatever. He keeps saying he
Is that
doesn't want
like
to be
in
called.
the art of Rick and Morty?
It is. And would you boys like to show the camera what lovely thing we've got? So our friend of the show, Matthew King, aka the Craft Beer King, author and writer, contributor to the Crafty Pint, has written a book, boys. I read it in 2 sittings. Brilliant little take on the especially Adelaide craft beer scene. 10 or 11 short stories. Highly recommend. We've got a little bit of a scoop before you go anywhere. I'd love you boys to read this as quickly as possible because we are going to be interviewing Mr. King. Getting his 3 beers and the Desert Isle and the
I'm a
Gilby
little bit
Blues.
disappointed with this gift.
Why is that?
It's not signed by Mr. King.
Well, I figured you could ask
So
him personally
we
when we're
can get
here.
it
Can we
signed
get it signed?
personally.
Absolutely. Well, I'm going to get him to sign my copy when we sit here with him
Yeah.
in the coming couple of weeks, maybe next week, maybe the week after.
We should all trade signatures and see if we can sign his face or something. Sign his body. And then,
Yeah. Yeah. But
I'll let you sign my book. If
We
you
might get a tattooist in.
yeah, we could.
They can tattoo our book.
We'll flip a coin. Whoever loses gets the
Yeah,
gets
gets Mr. Nelson Smart on here.
So the book is again. I read it in 2 little sittings, and the only reason I didn't read it in one is because I have a 1.5-year-old who bombs around my house and creates havoc.
Do you know what I love about flicking through the pages just there? The writing is so big you could read this when you're drunk.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. So
Like,
best.
That's actually hilarious.
You could be shit-faced and go, I want to read a beer story.
Best. Yeah, there's a couple of little editing things. It is a first run copy, boys. So I did know
We
that.
have the original. That's cool. I do really do
the
like
second
this.
run that hasn't been done yet. My first run edition that I was privy to did not even have page numbers. So
Wow. Have made it.
I have
Haven't
made
you?
it. I just wanted to give you boys that
'Cause-
get a read
Thank
on
you.
it.
That's
We've
brilliant.
mentioned Matthew King.
Yeah, Matt. King. It's literally on the
Some reason
cover
I
there,
did-
mate. If you
I was in.
M-A-T-T is Matt.
Oh yeah, Matt. There you go, Matt King. We've referenced him before, so if any of you guys don't know out there, he's a pretty cool homebrewer in SA. He does a
absolutely.
really good job, and he won our competition, and
he won the first.
is he? He's not.
won everything that night, didn't
Yeah,
Yeah.
he took it like 3 golds. I'm pretty sure.
Is he? He's not doing any commercial brewing or anything. Like I don't know much about Matt.
No, I think
you probably know more.
he's brewed with maybe the Weedy previously,
Yep.
or something like that. I haven't really asked him too much. He's a pretty no nonsense, not no nonsense, but like he just loves beer, mate. He does some cool stuff. I asked him today actually. I was like, "You're not from Adelaide, are you?" And he's like, "No, why?" And I was like, "Because no one from Adelaide does cool shit like this." Basically, like it's he's got some really cool references as well to different pubs in the Adelaide or South Australian region. I'd love you boys to come with your, the enormous establishment is which particular brewery, for example. Stuff like that. Like it's, I don't know, I'll give that away. That's Big Shed. So he's got some cool things like that. You can kind of tell there's the weedy kind of thrown in there and some cool things. Have a read, have a view, get onto Craft Beer King on Instagram, and I think he's selling these on Amazon as well. So make sure you give him some support.
No, it'll be good.
Follow. So
There's clearly a lot of work gone into it.
4 years worth of writing has gone into this one for Matt, and hopefully I've made a little cheeky comment on his Insta that ready for the next one because he did kind of finish up the book. In my opinion, open to a number 2.
Don't read the last page, Luke.
No,
What are you thinking? You a psycho?
I'm not going to.
it's 11 short stories.
He
anyway.
finishes with the end.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Chris, I think you're wrong.
Yeah,
That's it. It's done. It's the
that's
end.
11 short stories about the Adelaide craft beer scene, or the craft beer scene in general, but with some real Adelaideisms.
We could write
amazing
11
that-
short stories on Chris's disaster beers.
At the moment, you very well couldn't you?
I thought you were going to say his life, disaster life.
Oh no, we'd stick it to his beers because we're on topic here.
Well,
but
we want to keep
that's
it short,
that's
mate.
23.
It's amazing,
That's 23 short stories on his
11
disaster.
short stories over 4 years, though. I mean, imagine what he would have seen change in the industry
Yeah.
over 4 years in South Australia. I mean, it's a long time.
It is, and it's like you can kind of there's fragments from there that there's festival life. There's also like a beer comps, and there's I can tell when Matt was asked for example to do a presentation at I think it was Boab or other things like that. I think he's thrown in like little flicks and segments of all of those things. So really cool, especially because we've been kind of following the craft beer scene pretty closely for about that period of time as well. Not that we weren't into craft before that.
I was probably
but
shorter. I'll probably cotton on to about 50% of that.
yeah, but I think you get most of it, mate.
Yeah.
And I've got one for Koga as well, so you boys really get reading so we can get Matt in and have a chat to him about more.
No, thanks for that. That's
what
cool.
announcement did you have from earlier?
Is that the announcement?
That was it. That we've
yeah.
got Matt King coming on
Yeah.
to our show.
No, he's going to be a
Is
father.
the announcement?
Yeah, to another baby. No.
No.
I got excited when Simo said that.
No, I don't have another
I was
child
like,
on the way
sweet,
at the
Chris
moment.
can complain about not getting any sleep for another 2 years.
Can you imagine, mate, right now? I'm broke, by the way. So, anyone wants to contribute to the Chris fund?
of Matt King's books.
Yeah, well, I did buy these, but it was Matt gave them to me at a lovely price to because I'm giving a few of these
At
out
the end of the
as
day, this is what you
BrewBuster.
said earlier as well. I'd rather pay for something like this from someone that I know and respect than them give it to me for free because they're like I'd rather them give it to someone who doesn't matter to them for free.
Yeah,
I'd rather pay
That's
for
kind of
it.
how I felt.
That's
He
how I
gave me a
feel.
book to have a read and a review.
Yeah.
So I was like, done. I'm buying 12. Give me. What's your price for 12? I want to give them to the rest of the craft beer banter boys, and I want to give a few away as little prizes in our boost up our BrewBuster prizes. So now people want them, and
You get a book.
So
And the beer.
yeah,
Well, because we're only, I don't know, would have got explained in episode 1 of season 3. We're only doing one a season, one an episode.
one an episode, absolutely.
Yeah.
So
Not 3 beers anymore, you only get 1. It's beer.
it's beer.
We use this as a chance to catch up with each other and just
It keeps us accountable.
keeps us accountable.
Keeps us sane as well.
Yeah,
It makes us learn something about beer. Hopefully it makes you learn something about beer too.
Well,
The more I learn about beer, the more I know nothing.
I'm not sure if we should say we're educators.
No. We're learning, and hopefully someone else is going, you're
Learning
fucking
from
full
our
of shit, and they're going
mistakes.
doing their own research to prove us wrong. That's what
Excellent.
I mean. We're not.
That's good.
If you listen to what we say and you go and you spit this out to someone else without doing your own research,
Go
feel
live
free
in
to
America.
get a slap in the face from whoever you're telling. Because we're probably wrong.
Yeah, we're probably wrong. But this is the other thing. This is kind of our journey to, my little journey towards becoming a certified Cicerone, for example. Our homebrew challenge is a way for us to learn about all the different styles of beer by brewing them and tasting them. It's just our little project that we want to learn as much about the craft beer industry as we possibly can. And this is how we do it and share our little musings with others. And if you like it, we really appreciate you hanging around. And if you don't, I can understand fully.
Well, I don't know. I hope people know the work that goes in on your behalf.
All of our behalf, mate. We're all putting in time and doing stuff,
Yeah, I have to be hungover again tomorrow for the 5th day straight, or whatever it is now.
So, look again. Thank you very much, Matt, for giving me the
well done, Matty.
knockdown price and
Bloody legend.
love
wait
that
to read it.
You've done it, and can't wait for you to come on and have a chat to everyone about your book. And
When may that happen?
next week or so.
Okay.
When this is released, or is this
This
a
is
warning
getting
for us?
so we're recording this on the 7th of March.
So before the 14th. Is that what you're saying?
This will be out on the 8th of March. We have a lot of work to do in the next few weeks, but I really want to do this for Matt because he's just a great bloke, and I want to see good blokes in the craft beer industry succeed. I want to promote where I can and make sure that it's getting out to everyone. And it's not like he had a book release at a Suburban Brew House Friday night, just gone and stuff. And you want that?
Yeah.
Okay. And I think it's all going well. But again, a brilliant book. I highly recommend if you're into craft beer at all or into beer in Adelaide. It's really worth a read. It's a really funny look and take on the craft beer scene in Adelaide. Boys,
I'm excited.
can we turn these microphones off and enjoy each other's company for a small period of time?
No.
Before?
That doesn't normally happen. This is all a front. If people don't realise how much of an arsehole Chris is, then you're not listening.
You're not listening.
Chris is going
right.
to take us back to his dungeon and chain us up in a few minutes. So
Getting ready for the next podcast,
Yeah.
right?
That's the only good bit.
Spending time with him because his pecker's so little. No, well done, boys. I think that was successful
Well played.
as per. Can't wait to rip into the Chronicles of Nelson Smart, the beer connoisseur / geek, written by. A little bit of Chris about the bloke on the left on the front page.
That's
On the cover.
for
no,
Xavier.
Chris would never drink a double IPA.
He loves a double IPA.
So Forex Xavier is the non-craft drinking man, isn't it?
No, he's big into the craft. He's
Okay,
a
I thought
double
it was
IPA kind of guy.
I thought it was a rip on Forex.
No, I think his name. And that's the other thing. I'd like to know how you boys read his name every time because I just read him as 4X. That's how it read in my head, even though his name is Xavier, but it's XXXX Xavier.
Yeah, I did read that somewhere.
So and Stella R. Fleur is the female counterpart.
Is that like just a, is it like a non-craft beer drinker?
No, he's not. No,
No?
he's not. He's
No.
a real crafty boy.
Yeah, okay.
Have you thoughts on your reads?
Lattadia.
That's Adelaide. But
Yeah.
Lattadia, yeah. A little bit about the river there too, boys. It's all brilliant. So let's wrap her up. Let's have a read. Come back in a couple of weeks' time, and we'll see you all next time. Thank you for listening. Follow us on all of that,
Yep.
YouTube, Patreon.